in my most humble, humble opinion, I don't know how you think this is all by your hard work. Yes, do not get it twisted. It takes a lot of hard work, grit, tenacity, luck, favor for you to be successful. I have a community of very, very successful people who are doing at least 500k ARR per year. And majority, if not all of them, has said the only reason they're successful is due to luck. If you want to be part of this community, click the link in the description. It's a vetted group and you may be able to join. However, let me not digress. In this life, it is by chance you were able to meet the people you've met. It was by chance, or let's say by luck, you were able to think of an idea. It was by luck you were born in the environment you were born into. It was by luck you are not refugees. It was by luck you weren't living in a third world country where all your ideas would not be able to be put into fruition because you don't have the means for it. There is so much luck in life, but you have to be able to attract it. There's this word called serendipity. I actually, to be honest with you, I'm obsessed with that word. Let me just read in terms of what Google says. Serendipity, the occurrence and development of events by chance in a happy or beneficial way. So if you're watching this video, you're more or less doing good. You have a successful business, or you have a business that's passed the zero stage. So you probably have heard the terminology serendipity. And if you haven't heard the terminology serendipity, now you have serendipity. The occurrence and development of events by chance in a happy or beneficial way. As entrepreneurs, you should be able to reverse engineer. So now the question is, how can I attract serendipity so I can maximize my chance of developing an event by chance in a happy or beneficial way, being surrounded by successful people? Doesn't that make sense? I always talk about the PayPal mafia. Why are all of them successful? Peter Thiel, David Sachs, Elon Musk, Reid Hoffman, founder of YouTube. They were all in an environment where they were with like-minded freaks, like-minded A-star players who were so determined to be successful. They were around like-minded people. Why do you think everyone goes to San Francisco to start a tech startup? Why don't they do it in London? Yes, you can do it in London, but you can attract more serendipity in an environment like San Francisco. Luck is the most important thing in your journey of being successful. If you believe everything was all down to you, funny thing is, I don't understand why people don't join communities. In this day and age, you need to collect allies, people who are most likely going to be successful. The amount of deal flow you will get is crazy. There's so many opportunities for me to be first investors in very successful businesses by me just being around successful people. They'll be like, oh, have you heard of this? Oh, I just invested in this yesterday. Oh, they're starting their Series A or Series B or in this company. This is you not doing anything per se. You were able to be around this community, or you were able to be around these people who had this opportunity, and now they're bringing this luck to you. But obviously you have to be a bit special to be there, so you're not gonna be around these people if you're a nobody or if you're doing nothing. This life is not fair. Listen to this. Google did a study of, or product manager study, that they probably get 200 applicants per hour. 80% of them applicants do not even get looked at. The other 20 get looked at. And out of them 20 that get looked at, 90% of the time, the people they pick are because someone within their company or someone they know championed them to be there. What am I saying? People are getting this 6-figure, 7-figure paycheck because they knew someone who was able to vet them. What does it say, guys? This word is not fair. You have to be around people who are successful, who can recommend you. You need allies in this warfare. This warfare of being successful is not easy. You're not gonna become successful by just chilling, having a nice, easy life. I do not believe in that. You're gonna have to fight this battle. And you want to be surrounded by people who are like you. That's an example of serendipity. A lot of these great successful entrepreneurs that I've read about, I've spoken to, or within my community, they all acknowledge privilege and hard work. So there has to be an even balance where you know that yes, I've done a lot of hard work, but at the same time, I've been privileged to be in this environment to do hard work. If you have an MBA, come on, yes, you've done some hard work, but you may be a little bit privileged. Your parents may have been able to fund you. Your parents may know someone who are part of the community of Harvard or wherever, MIT or Princeton. Or it may be because you were born in the US, or it may be because someone who was so nice decided to sponsor you or to give you a scholarship. You have to take accountability of the fact that you are privileged in any way. You have a little bit of luck or God's favor for you to be in this position, guys. And this is what will humble you and realize that everything you're doing is not by your own will. No. The fact you're successful, yes, you've done your own little part, but there was luck involved. As I always says, people call it luck, I call it God's favor. There was God's favors involved. Do you know what I mean? Like, if it was this easy, how come people who exit billion-dollar company, they can't do it again? Or if they did it again, they can't do it a third time or a fourth time? It's very, very, very unlikely. Because there's a bit of luck. I always listen to this story by Sam Parr. He used to always say that there's a time when he was about to sell Hustle, and literally 2 weeks after he sold it, the CEO of, I think, HubSpot was in a car crash and could have died. So imagine that guy died. That opportunity of making 30 million was never ever going to happen. They would have postponed it, and maybe if they postponed it, Sam's profit margin or profit or revenue may have gone down significantly, and then the valuation would have been a lot less. Maybe if the guy was in a coma, maybe he could have been like, no, I don't want to do this deal now. Maybe I have to wait another 3-4 years. Is that not luck? Is that not God's favor? Like, come on, do you think he could have planned that? That was by chance, guys. That was actually by chance. The more I think about it, the more I realize that there's so much luck in every stage of everyone's life, especially people's businesses. There's so much luck in there. And then when you understand you have luck, you then have a spirit of humility and you have gratitude. Once you have gratitude, you're less likely to fail compared to someone who's arrogant and have ego. Don't want to be the person who thinks that, oh, I've put this over myself. I can treat my employees anyhow. I can fire anyone anyhow because I am the king. I'm so special. No. There was a bit of luck in everything you did. So now I need you guys to, especially if you're making at least 500k a year, how can you increase the chance of having luck? Maybe being in a community like Wellington, the one I have decided to create. Or maybe it's speaking to random people who you would never speak to just to increase the chance of serendipity. We need to try to reverse engineer this whole ideology of serendipity or luck. We need to be able to reverse engineer and see how can we maximize the chance of us, entrepreneurs, founders, winners, to attract more luck so we can be successful. How do we do that? Like, imagine some of these tech billionaires. How are you making 30, 50 billion in your 30s? Come on. They told me there's no bit of luck in there. There is. And this is what you need to know, that yes, you can compare yourself to other people, but always try to see how did they get that little bit of luck? What did they do? And see how can you put yourself in a position to attract luck for you to be more successful? How can I have luck to maybe attract more customers, higher quality of customers, better investors? How can I have luck for one of my marketing angle to go a bit more viral? Sometimes more just consistency. The more you output something, the more likely you have lucky. You'll be lucky. If you try 10 different businesses, you have a higher chance of being lucky to be successful. If your company is doing only 500k a year for the last 3 years, but you keep pushing, keep trying different things, more likely for you to break through the barrier and be lucky to now make 2 million or 3 million ARR. So this is what you need to always try to think about. It's a very short video, but I just wanted to let people know that you need to try to attract serendipity and try to reverse engineer luck so you can become more lucky. It is by luck you clicked on this video. So if I was you, I would listen to every single thing I'm saying and try to implement into your life. YouTube algorithm is extremely good at picking the next video for you to watch that will impact your life. Any video that they've placed here, I would advise you to watch it. But before that, click the link in the description and apply for Wellington if you want to attract more luck or more serendipity into your life and your business.